Bitter criticism. Afternoon. This is morning, but it's almost afternoon, and it's like that. This is it's how Siniestro Total says about Galicia. Minha terra galega, turu, 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 donde el cielo es siempre gris. The sky is always gray, not blue like Alabama. Like the original song, Sweet Home Alabama, where the sky is always blue. Well, this morning finally I have Syrian news. Syrian news. We have this Sana site, Syrian Arab News Agency. It's a pretty respectable site. You have the logo, and you have a gift from the Syrian flag, and that's it. And they have a lot of languages like Arab, of course, Francois, Turk, Espanol. They are awesome. They write the language in the original language, like Français with Francois, Turkish. I don't know. I don't know Turkish, and Espanol with like you write in Spanish, and you have Cyrillic. I don't know. You have two forms of Arabic. I'm pretty ignorant, I'm sorry. You have how to say Hebraic, Hebrew. Anyway, we have this news from Syria. Yeah, we got even worse, isn't it? But we're gonna read it. We're gonna read this news from, and we have another surprises here. We have a news from North Korea, but North Korea. But looks like these are critical news against the regime. Just, yeah, a regime like Richard Modhurs says. It's not Modhurs. Just 1 second. Yeah, I'm talking his name, Richard, because he's a comrade, you know. Richard Medhurst. You should go there and watch him. He's an American boy or American guy, because he's younger than me. He says that he never he never lived with the USSR. I did. I lived 4 years. So you got my age there. But I had not really conscious back then. I mean, what do you know with 4 years? Anyway, and the Sana Syrian Arab News Agency had a lot of news about against Israel, of course, because look, 2 civilians martyred in Israel aggression on the vicinity of Damascus. April 4th, this from 5 days ago. Well, looks like they are not so prolific like Russia today, but you have to understand that Syria is a destroyed country by imperialism. What I know is that imperialism, Americans want to do a pipeline crossing Syria, but for achieving that, they have to destroy Syria, because Bashar al-Assad didn't, as I know, you know, and is a national government, Bashar al-Assad, and that's it. There was civil war. Still there's some Turkey, I guess, I don't know how is the real status of Syria right now, but looks like Bashar al-Assad won, helped by Russia. And that's it. I'm gonna read some news from Syria. Damascus, Sana. 2 civilians were martyred, and material damage was caused due to an Israeli aggression targeted points in the vicinity of Damascus. Midnight, or yeah, this is midnight and 15 a.m. On Tuesday, the Israeli enemy carried out an air attack with bursts of missiles from the direction of the occupied Syrian Golan, targeting some points in the vicinity of Damascus and the southern region, a military source said in a statement to Sana. The source added, "Our air defenses intercepted the missiles and shot down some of them, and the aggression resulted in the martyrdom of 2 civilians and some material damages." Sasha Kreima. Yeah, we have the name of the journalist, which is Sasha Kreima, which I don't know if that is a man or woman, but that's it. It's a short news. And this site have like short news is in what they call ticker. I don't know. I'm pretty ignorant. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, we have a lot of short news like earthquake in southern Turkey, 4.1 magnitude. Several Palestinians wounded in attack of occupation troops. Hebron city. Yeah, I like it. That side. Yeah, I will read it always. Russian defense warns against new provocative act with chemical weapons by Kiev regime. Anyway, this war. I'm sorry. Taiwan question is not about democracy. Chinese spokesperson. Yeah, this is a great site that I will always visit. And there's more news from Sana, Syrian Arab News Agency. U.S. occupation. QSD militia continues plundering Syrian antiquities in Al Jazeera and Raqqa. Al Jazeera. Look, this is a city called Al Jazeera, just like the Qatar website, Qatar news agency, isn't it? Look, antiquities in Al Jazeera and Raqqa. U.S. occupation, yeah. QSD militia. They are destroying Syrian antiquities. Well, that's so sad, isn't it? April 3rd, from 6 days ago, and 2023. Asaka, Sana, the areas where the U.S. occupation forces are deployed in cooperation with QSD militia affiliated with it witnesses excavations for antiquities, looting and smuggling them abroad, and to other unknown bodies of these forces and the separatist militia. Local sources in Qamishli, western countryside, confirmed to Sana reported that the U.S. occupation forces, which have been positioned on the side of Tel Mossam, south of Amuda, since 2014, have expanded the areas they consider prohibited military zones in cooperation with key QSD militia, and have subjected the area to strict security measures to facilitate the removal of the artifacts that they stole from the hill and smuggle them out of the country to unknown destinations. That's so sad, isn't it? They are stealing Syria, the artifacts, which I don't really know what it is. But in Iraq, for example, all those reliefs, how to say, portraits with surface portrait, they all destroyed by ISIS. The US occupation forces, in cooperation with QS militia, are seizing archaeological sites that are among the most important ones in the world, such as Tel Baidar, Al Hama region, the limestone Tel Mozan, and a number of hills in Qamishli, eastern countryside. The sources added. Civil sources noted in Al Qataniyya town in Qamishli, eastern countryside, that the US occupation forces transported archaeological treasures from the hill of Muhammad al-Diham village and the archaeological site of Tel Leilan, two hills around which the US occupation is positioned, to a military zone, and looted all their contents of artifacts, including seals, statues and gold, and transported them to its illegal bases in Asaka countryside to smuggle them later abroad. The same sources affirm that the gunmen of the so-called Al-Sanadi, affiliated with QSD militia, stole one of the archaeological treasures, which is a rare statue from Kazarok village in Al-Yarubiya countryside, and transferred it to an unknown destination. US occupation forces and QSD militia continues to excavate antiquities in the areas they control in the governorates of Raqqa and Hasaka, including the towns of Al-Qataniyya and Amuda in Qamishli countryside. And where's Russia? Where's Putin? That's so sad, isn't it? This is like, I know that Putin helped Syrian government, but just 1 second. But right now Russia have a lot of problems, isn't it? So I guess what's going on is Russia used to help Syria, but right now Russia cannot help them, and then the US is stolen things, gold and artifacts and treasures. That's a shame for the US. And let's see, we have the, no, we don't have the journalist name. Well, this is, you don't need I guess you don't need anyone can do this, isn't it? It's just classical journalism. It's not an article, I guess. I don't know. And then we have this news. All this is about Syrian Arab News Agency, SANA. An explosive device blast in the Meshed area in Damascus. No casualties reported. April, well, this is like violence. Well, this is Syria, isn't it? This is a country destroyed by the US. Damascus, Sana. An explosive device went off on Sunday evening in a civilian car in Meshed area in Damascus without causing any casualties. A source at Damascus Police Command told SANA that an explosive device went off in a civilian car in the eastern Meshed area, which led to its burning and the fire spreading to two nearby cars. The source added that damage was limited to material and no casualties were reported. And we have photos here. Yeah, there's a destroyed car. A large car, isn't it? And this was Ruan al-Jazeera. I guess anyone can do this news, isn't it? So maybe like the Russia Today or any other newspaper, this is not You don't need to know the name of the journalist. Um, 12 tons of Russia. This is another from Sana. Sana. 12 tons of Russian food aid arrive in Latakia. Latakia. This is a pretty short news. This is a good news from yesterday, April 8th. Latakia, Sana. Russian forces operating at Hmeimim base distributed 12 tons of food aid to quake affected people in Kafria village in Latakia countryside. Aid provided by the Russian people to the Syrian people who suffered from the disaster of the earthquake. Senior Lieutenant Yevgeny, responsible for the distribution of humanitarian aid in the Russian Coordination Center, stated, the aid includes basic items that the family mainly needs and will be distributed to 1,100 families. Feda al-Rayad, Raya. That is a good news from. I guess to give aid is cheaper than, I don't know, to police the region, isn't it? So Russia cannot do everything. Go Russia, yeah. We have Russian news too, but I don't know. I guess I will read all this news, Syrian news, because they are short. Al-Gabash, cooperation ties between Syria and Iran are constantly developing. And I know that maybe Turkey, like Richard Budhur, I always forgot his surname, Richard Medhurst. He said that Turkey and Syria will make peace, I guess. And he said that was funny because Erdogan was trying to kill this guy, Bashar al-Assad. But I guess it's not Erdogan, I guess it's NATO, you know? I guess. Hey, Milu! Ah. I guess it was NATO, not Erdogan. Anyway, and the only reason why Turkey is part of NATO is because of the history, you know, because of the Ottoman Empire. But I guess Turkey is still an important country, isn't it? Who knows? Yeah, because of geopolitics, because of how to say it, geography, you know, but you know, Erdogan, people say that he is a demagogue. He support everybody. He tried to keep in power, and he's part of NATO anyway. You can feel sorry about Turkey because, I don't know, because of the decline of Ottoman Empire, but he's part of NATO nevertheless, you know? So he is not Erdogan is not a comrade, I guess, but anyway, he was a victim of a coup, isn't it? Anyway, it's pretty tricky this. All the situations, all the countries are tricky, but Turkey's situation is trickier. Anyway, let's read this from yesterday, April 8th. Damascus, Sana. Health Minister Dr. Hassan Al-Gabash affirmed the importance of continued consolidation of bilateral relations binding Syria and Iran in all fields, especially at the health sector. Meeting the Iranian ambassador in Damascus, Mahdi Sobhani, on the occasion of the ending his duties as ambassador to Syria, Al-Gabash thanked the ambassador for the efforts made over the past period, wishing him the success on his upcoming duties. In turn, Sombani pointed out the constructive cooperation between the two sides, especially at the healthy level, calling for continuing and increasing prospects of cooperation level in different fields and boosting them in order to achieve a better, safer, and more stable life for the two friendly people. Was not a polemic news, was not a warlike content. The journalist was Feda Al-Raya and Sasha Kriema. Well, yeah, Sana is not about terrorists, you know. The Syria is not a terrorist country. They suffer a lot, but they are doing journalism stuff. This was like a newsletter from the regime, isn't it? Yeah, we have bitter criticism. Well, this is all critic. There's not criticism here, but Syria is a critical issue. It's a critical country. And we have another from Sana. Yeah, we're gonna read everything about Sana, and I will try to read some from North Korea. But North Korea, these sites I have, they are critical. I guess North Korea don't even have an English agency, I guess. Well, this is from Sana too. Russian forces eliminate up to 600 Ukrainian servicemen over the past 24 hours. I guess that's provocation news, isn't it? This is from yesterday to April 8, 2023. Moscow, Sana. Russian forces eliminated up to 600 Ukrainian servicemen and destroyed three ammo depots and weapons over the past 24 hours in various areas in the DPR. Kherson, DPR. This like I don't know what this DPR. Kherson and Zaporizhzhia regions. Russian Defense Ministry said Saturday. DPR, Donbass, maybe it's Donbass, no, I don't know. sorry, I don't know. We are critical against ourselves here, yeah. On Kupiansk's direction, strikes of tactical and army aviation artillery fire from the Russian forces hit Ukrainian forces and eliminated up to 30 of them, 2 automobiles and a D-20 howitzer, which I have no idea which it is. I just don't know anything about military. Russian armed forces eliminated up to 80 Ukrainian servicemen on the Kransky-Liman direction in the past 24 hours. An armored combat vehicle, Gvozdika artillery and a D-20 howitzer were eliminated on this direction. Over the past day, up to 370 Ukrainian servicemen and mercenaries were neutralized in the direction of Donetsk. Yeah, that could be Donetsk. Look. And DPR, maybe Donetsk, yeah. I don't know. Were also 3 infantry fighting vehicles, 6 combat armored vehicles, 3 vehicles. What? Yeah. Well, this is a kind of Syrian government are sharing with Russia and asking for help against thievery of Americans. On southern Donetsk and Zaporizhzhia direction, strikes of tactical and Army aviation and artillery fire of Battleground East hit Ukrainian or armed forces units near settlements of Ugledar and Kamishevaka, DPR and Yurkovska, and Sherbaki, Zaporizhia region. The enemy's losses in these directions amounted to 55 Ukrainian servicemen, one armored fighting vehicle, as well as 2 D-20 and D-30 howitzers. In the Kherson direction, up to 60 Ukrainian servicemen were wiped out, while the vehicles and an Acacia self-propelled artillery installations were destroyed in a single day. In addition, 3 warehouses of ammunition, rockets, and artillery shells of armed forces of Ukraine were destroyed in the Donetsk People's Republic and the Kherson and Zaporizhia regions. This was Sasha Krema. Sasha Krema is the most important journalist there in the Sana. So we hope the best for him, because I don't know, Ukraine is targeting journalists. Yeah, to be a journalist. I'm not a journalist. I'm just a crazy guy who read news. And you know that this news remember me that there was a fake news, I guess, that Russians were given citizenship to every who wants to fight with him in these special operations or Ukraine war, something like that. And I thought it was easy, because Russian is powerful, is more powerful than Ukraine. And just you see it, Russia is winning. Oh, we have a news here from some First Spring Festival, Salute to Syria of Al Beyader Cultural Forum. And there's no text, but just photographs, and that's beautiful. This spring they have in Syria, they have, I don't know, cultural things like pictures and drawings. They're fine. Yeah. And they have food and stuff. Well, they're trying to make something, isn't it? Something out of war. And the last one from Sana. And this is another news from just, I don't know, trying to improve, making some activities at Aleppo Food Charity Market. They have a charity market in Aleppo, which is I don't know, it's good. It's good for war standards, you know. And right now we're gonna explore this I guess this is a hater side. This is a hate side against North Korea, but we're gonna read it anyway, if we can. I guess we can't read it. Well, this site is called nknews.org. Maybe it's they hate this. Maybe they hate North Korea. It's a beautiful site. It's a good site. It's a modern site. So probably, look, gonna just read the headlines. Kicking and smuggling. North Korean Taekwondo master accused of arms trafficking. Ri Kul Nam may have brokered weapons and bulletproof vests on behalf of Pyongyang, says UN panel of expert report. If Gang Bremer, April 5th. So this is a hate news against North Korea. I guess I will have to to keep searching for a real. But I think North Korea don't even have a news agency for the world, isn't it? Because they have a pretty tricky, a pretty hard situation, and they just don't care. You know, they have a, a powerful regime, a regime of force, and they just care about keeping the status quo there. You know, they had another direction of politics. You know, and I support them, dude. I support North Korea. Look, another hate news against North Korea. North Korea reveals Hail-2 undersea nuclear attack drone tests for the first time. State media says it traveled hundreds of miles and detonated trial warhead of east coast of peninsula. Colin Wirtzo, and this is from yesterday. So they have a lot of money to fight the North Korea regime. And another hate news against North Korea. That could be the name of the journal. Hate news against North Korea. HNK. North Korea suggests war machine NATO will. They quoted. North Korea suggests war machine NATO will cause Ukrainian crisis in Asia. State media. Next time I will find out which state media is this, and I will only read the state media. But the problem is, I guess it's not in English, because they don't care. I guess this journalist, this Ifgan Bremer, keep watching the state media. They, of course, they know Korean, and they keep watching the state media, and then they made the articles. North Korea suggests war machine NATO will cause Ukraine crisis in Asia. State media appears to suggest South Korea and Japan face invasion will deepen ties with alliance. Another headline: North Korea harnessing network of overseas workers to fund weapons programs. U.S. joint statement with Seoul and Tokyo calls for immediate deportation of such workers and compliance with UN sanctions. It's the same guy always, Ifan Bremer. Maybe this is a guy who have a lot of money from capitalism, and then he made this site. Oh, no, this is another guy, Sergson Han. Settling in Seoul, what was your first year like after reaching South Korea? Some adjust faster than others to a capitalist lifestyle, even when it causes tension with those closest to us. What? I can't read it, but I will. This is interesting because they are talking about. I don't know. They are talking about the differences, and they are talking about. Well, this is a critic against themselves, isn't it? They are talking about people who came to capitalism and are not doing so well. And we have another side from North Korea, which is interesting, isn't it? All the war stuff, the ideological stuff, and it calls dailynq.com, dailynq, like Daily North Korea. And this site, I don't know if it is looks like a hate site again. Like a hate site against North Korea. What impact will North Korea's revised mobile telecommunications law have on cell phone users? This is by Moon Dong-hui, and this was from 2 days ago, March 7th. The desired effects of the mobile telecommunications laws per law's revision is to stop people from sharing and communicating information, a reporting partner told Daily NQ. And we have a photograph from North Korea with a cell phone. In a very, I don't know, it's a poor. They are in poverty, I guess, but I guess they have food. I don't know. The file photo, a North Korean business person using a cell phone at a local market. Yes, they say it's a business person, but it's a poor person, you know, I don't know. I'm sorry, bitter criticism against North Korea. And North Koreans are using their mobile phones to exchange information from the outside world and complain about their own society. A reporting partner inside North Korea recently told Daily NQ that the country's recent amendment of its mobile telecommunications law is aimed at eradicating this phenomenon. Mobile phones have become a beloved item people can't live without. However, with the protracted closure of the border due to COVID-19, people suffering severe food shortages are using their mobile phones to complain to one another about the state, and this has been criticized as a serious social problem by the government. The reporting partner told Daily NQ on Wednesday, speaking on condition of anonymity due to the security concerns. As people in the border region talk on the phone with people in interior regions such as Pyongyang, Pyeongseong, Nampo, Haeju, and Sariwon, they are also conveying news from the outside world. He continued, adding, people who hear about the news from the outside world often spread it further to other people in the region where they live. According to the results of a 2022 survey of 50 North Koreans conducted by Daily NK and Unification Media Group, 41 of the 50 North Koreans, 82% surveyed said they owned a North Korean mobile phone. Asked what they use their mobile phones for 97.8% said they use their devices to place domestic phone calls. Well, this is a bullshit, you know. North Korea have, I don't know, 50 million people, and they asking just to 50 North Koreans. In a briefing last year of North Korea's telecommunication infrastructure, North Korean focused media outlet 38 North estimated that North Korea's cellular networks likely have a total between 6.5 million and 7 million subscribers lines. Although North Koreans are passing along information to others through their mobile phones, the country's authorities believe phone conversations between people are a serious social problem that could hurt regime cohesion, the reporting partner told Daily NQ. Well, so far this is a good article. It's not, I don't know, it's not poison, but then maybe there are poison too because 50 people is nothing, and this is poison, I guess. This is against North Korea, isn't it? Although North Koreans are passing along information, the other thought their mobile phones, the country's authorities believe phone conversation between. Yeah, he explained that the recent amendment to the country's mobile telecommunications law reflected this understanding of the part of the North Korean authorities. The desired effect of the mobile telecommunications laws revision is to stop people from sharing and communicating information, the reporting partner said. It intends to prevent people from sharing and spreading information from the outside world or for complaining to each other about the state. In fact, North Korea imported telecom building equipment in 2020 to better conduct surveillance and implement controls on cell phone users. This was part of an effort to build a system capable of bugging any mobile phone calls using North Korea's mobile telecom networks. Koryo Link, numbers beginning with 191, and Sangton Net, numbers beginning with 195. Anyway, yeah, this is like a soft poison because they are not blaming or fighting North Korea, but even me, that I'm a communist, I guess it's awful, you know. You don't have any internet. You don't have any cell phone, only to make local calls. But it's pretty hard for North Korea, isn't it? Because I don't know, they have to. There was the option left. They had no option. That's what the reality they face, and I will keep reading. Well, the North Korea have no option. They have no solidarity, no real solidarity. Like just any other socialist country, like Venezuela, Cuba, they don't have any help. They don't have any collaboration from outside, from capitalism. You know, that's why these countries have a lot of problems. People more careful, plus about what they say on phones. Yeah. Anyway, I will not read this because it's a big test. This was edited by Robert Lawler. This happens in West too. As I told you before, if you were living in Brazil in 2016 and you complained about Michel Temer, you probably lost your account on Facebook. What is this? Is also censorship, you know. And where's the liberty? Where's the freedom? The freedom of speech. There's no freedom in West, neither. And another news from Daily NQ. North Korean market prices for rice continue to fall for 2 straight months. This is like a good news, isn't it? Look, the falling rice prices is likely the result of an order by the North Korean authorities to expand the volume of imported rice to alleviate severe food shortages by Seo Ki-jang. And this was from yesterday, or 2 days ago, March 7th. The price of rice in North Korean markets are continuing to fall for 2 straight months. This trend appears to be due to an order by the North Korean authorities to expand rice imports from China. According to Daily NQ's regular survey on market prices in North Korea, a kilogram of rice in one market in Yesan, Yangon province cost KPW 5,800 as on Monday. Compared to the last survey, 2 weeks ago on March 19 when it cost 200 kpw more, so 200 less. The price has fallen 3.3%, marking the first time in 2 months that the price of rice in Haitian had fallen into the kpw to 5,000 to 6,000 range since early February. Well, this is a good news, I guess. This was a good news. And say more. Say a little more, look. In Sinuiju 2, a kilogram of rice costs, anyway, this is all about rice in North Korea. But this was not a so bad news, isn't it? I guess I will keep reading this daily NQ. Here said that Seul Ki-young is one of the daily NQs, a full-time journalist. Please direct any question about this. Her article is a woman, Seul Ki, and they say her email dailynqenglish unimedia.net. So I guess that's the way of doing this. And I don't know, I have no idea if this is a hate site or is trying to be a neutral site. But this news I read, the last one, is okay.